Right, so welcome everyone to our Monday morning sunrise class. So we will start seated. So have a little move around, have a little roll through the shoulders. And then see if you can allow shoulders to roughly stack over the hips so the spine is long. And then maybe the hands are palms facing up or down on the knees, on the thighs. And just gradually settle in. And then as you inhale, feel that you could inhale from the tailbone all the way up through the spine. It's like a little bit of a lift into the heart, through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, soften the shoulders, draw the belly in a little, and sink back down into the earth. Doing that a couple of times. So you can arrive here, on your mat, in your body, at this time. Just letting yourself become still and present. And even though thoughts will arise, they might come, they might get you involved and take you away from being present, but then just notice and come back. Just allow your breath to return to a natural rhythm so you can just feel it coming and going, maybe at the nostrils or maybe at the belly or the heart. And there's just a sense of settling and being here. So this week we're working with appreciation and exploring that instead of expectations. So appreciation is said to be like the fuel for happiness. It helps us to see all the beautiful things and all the wonder that is around us in any given moment. And expectation of maybe ourselves or people in our lives and maybe the experiences we have it's often what prevents us from seeing that beauty. So our classes this week will focus on how we can let go of expectations and invite in appreciation. So Tony Robbins says, happiness is found in the absence of expectation and a continuous focus on appreciation. And I think the important part there is the continuous focus on appreciation. So remembering about the negativity bias in the brain, it just, because of the way it's evolved, it wants to take us to the negativity and the threats that it sees. That reptilian part of the brain, the oldest part. It's evolved to keep us safe, basically. It's just doing its job. So what we need to do, because we can be aware, we need to continuously focus on appreciation and gratefulness and the things we feel glad about, so that we can kind of weigh out that negativity and that threat. So we'll explore this a little as we move through our practice. You might just take a moment just to here and now, just consider maybe one or two things that you just feel really glad about. Maybe it's simply the fact that you have the opportunity to practice, to train your mind. Or maybe it's something else, just being aware. See what comes up when you think about appreciation. And then on your next big inhale, reach the hands out to the side, all the way up to the top, reaching through the fingertips. You might gaze to the thumbs, and as you exhale, bring the hands into the heart and draw the belly in a little. So you're just keeping the spine nice and long. So do that a couple of times just to awaken the shoulders and the arms. And our practice this week will kind of be a little bit of a focus into the heart and the shoulders. So keeping shoulders nice and open and supple, and and some strength into the arms as well. And then the next time that you exhale and the hands come down into the heart, just pause for a moment. I always think it's really useful, particularly on a Monday morning, to consider an intention, maybe for the day or the week, how you would like things to be, how you would like to be. Present, awake, resilient, calm, peaceful. Calling it in. And take a deep breath into the heart. And as you exhale, it's almost as if you just let it land within, becoming part of you. And then your next inhale, reach the hands back up to the top. This time interlace the fingers, press the palms away, draw the shoulders down away from the head, draw the belly in. Take an inhale there, reach up the palms facing up just a little bit more towards the sky, and then as you exhale, fold to the side, and then inhale to the top, and fold to the other side. It doesn't need to be big. And then inhale to the top, reach the fingertips, so release the hands, reach the fingertips up, and as you exhale, bring the hands into cactus arms, elbows in line with the shoulders, and you might just draw the elbows back so that you can allow shoulder blades to move towards one another. Draw the belly in, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, release the hands behind. Interlace the fingers, again draw shoulder blades together, opening through the heart, and you might just, for the first few here, just keep drawing the belly in, and if you notice that the lower back isn't too happy today, don't go into back bends. Keep this just into shoulders and upper back area. And then as you inhale, reach the hands back up to the top. Interlace the fingers, keep the palms facing down, and then bring the hands forward, maybe roughly shoulder height, and draw the chin towards the chest. So you're opening up through the back of the body, and maybe you could like reach the hands forward just a little bit more, almost like you could sit into the back of the body. And then inhale, reach the hands back up to the top. Release, and then bring the hands down beside the body. And then release over the legs. Come into your tabletop. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists, fingertips nicely spread. Move through your cat-cow. Inhale to gaze up. Allow the belly to drop. And as you exhale, rounding, chin towards chest. And really press into the hands there. Can you broaden across the shoulders a little bit more? Inhale to gaze up. Just easing out any tightness. Remembering you might need to adjust your practice a little. When you're practicing early in the morning, maybe you just need to go a little bit easier. And exhale. And then sit back towards your child's pose as you exhale. Reach the fingertips forward. Keep the elbows off the mat. Keep the hands reaching forward. And then as you inhale, feel that you could maybe reach the fingertips forward a little bit more, or draw the thumbs towards one another. And then as you inhale, come back to your tabletop. And then as you exhale, into your down dog. Have a little walk out through the legs. Make sure the fingertips are spread. Just easing out tension there. And then pausing, take an inhale, lift the pelvis, press into the hands, lengthen the back of the body. And as you exhale, soften the heels towards the mat. And then inhale to come forward into your plank. You can always come to tabletop, so remember that you could just drop the knees instead of plank. And either way, you're just keeping the belly drawn in, the shoulders are over the wrists. And if you're in your plank, you can push back through the heels ever so slightly and engage the legs a little bit more. So take an inhale there. And as you exhale, allow the crown of the head to come forward and then come all the way down onto your belly. Come into Sphinx pose, so elbows underneath the shoulders, and just push into the hands a little and the arms, and push into the tops of the feet. So engaging the legs, lifting the heart. So feel as if the heart could just lift forward. And then as you exhale, release down. Bring the hands into, or the arms into cactus arms, so elbows in line with the shoulders. Push into the tops of the feet, and as you inhale, lift the head and chest. Might just be a little way. And then as you exhale, soften back down. Bring the fingertips onto the mat, elbows still in line with the shoulders, and inhale and lift. Maybe a tiny bit higher. And then as you exhale, release. Bring the hands back under the shoulders, push back to your down dog. From your down dog, take an inhale, lift the right leg. Bend through that knee, make that leg kind of nice and soft and heavy. Send the left heel towards the mat, really just engaging that leg. Release the head. Let the head be soft. Spread the fingertips. Lift that right knee just a little bit more. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the foot forward. Drop the left knee. Take an inhale to your lunge. And as you exhale, draw the belly in. Draw the biceps in around the head. Squeeze that right hip in. So make that connection, that drawing in. And then take an inhale, interlace the fingers, press the palms away. And as you exhale, draw the belly in. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, fold over to the left side. Not allowing the legs to move too much, so you're just feeling that stretch through the side. Inhale back to the center. Exhale over to the other side. Stretching through the side body. Inhale to the top. Exhale to your cactus arms. So as you come into that, see if you can draw shoulder blades towards one another. And then take another inhale and lift up through the heart. You might just draw the belly in at that point, or you might feel you can just soften back a little, like just a tiny, tiny bit. And then take an inhale, come back up, and exhale, release the hands behind the body. Interlace, take an inhale, draw shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, belly draws in, or you can soften back a little, so the hands drawing down along that leg. But remember, any issues in the lower back, just stay upright or go really softly into it. And then inhale, release the hands all the way up to the top. Interlace the fingers, palms facing down, and as you exhale, rolling forward. So the hands coming forward, roughly shoulder height, chin towards the chest. And almost as if you could reach the hands forward and push into the back. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, release the hands. Step back to your plank or tabletop. Strong through the arms there. So elbows directly under the shoulders. Push back through the heels if you're in your plank. Belly drawn in and tailbone long. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, crown of the head forward. And then come all the way onto your belly. Back to your sphinx. Press into the hands, press into the elbows. Lifting the heart, press into the feet. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, release. Bring the elbows in line with the shoulders, cactus arms. Inhale to lift. So the tops of the feet really pressing into the mat as you lift up. And as you exhale, soften down. You could just bring the fingertips on the mat. Inhale to lift. Might find you can go a little bit higher then. The arms are working. And as you exhale, release, bring the hands under the shoulders, pushing back through your child's pose and into your down dog. Or you can always just go straight to down dog if that's feeling good. Sometimes I like a child's pose if the lower back just needs a little bit of softening. Have another little walk out through the legs in your down dog. Make sure the fingertips are spread. Nice deep breaths. And then inhale to lift the left leg, bend the knee. Open up through the hip, make that leg really soft and heavy, and then the right heel towards the mat, so that leg is really working for you there. And then inhale, lift that left knee just a little bit more, and as you exhale, bring it forward. Right knee down, inhale to your lunge. Exhale, draw belly and hip in, and draw the biceps in around the head as well, so you're squeezing in. Take another inhale. Press the palms away, interlace the fingers, press the palms away, and then as you exhale, fold over to the right side. Taking your time, inhale to the top, really feeling that stretch. Where is it happening for you? Exhale to the other side, to the left. And then inhale to the top. Exhale to your cactus arms, drawing the shoulder blades back a little. Take an inhale as if you could lift the crown of the head, lift the heart. And maybe draw belly in, stay there, or a little softening back. You don't need to go far to feel that stretch in the front of the body. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, release the hands behind. Inhale, you could interlace the fingers the other way. Draw shoulder blades together. And then as you inhale, reach the hands back up to the top. Interlace the fingers, palms facing down. And then as you exhale, forward. Bring the hands forward, chin towards the chest. Broadening across the shoulders. And keep that left hip drawing in, as if the inner thighs were working towards one another. And then take another inhale. And then as you exhale, release your plank or tabletop. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, move all the way through. And then you can go into a normal cobra, so hands under the shoulders, press into the tops of the feet, lifting the heart. And then exhaling, traveling back. Into your down dog. Easing out the tension bit by bit. So there's no force. And then when you're ready, gazing forward, take an inhale to step, or maybe hop the feet to the top of the mat into your half lift. And as you exhale, fold in. And just take a moment there. You might take opposite elbows, have a little rock side to side. You might take the elbows onto the knees. And let go of the head. So really release and let some softness into the jaw and the neck. And then take another inhale. And then as you exhale, release the hands towards the earth. Bend into the knees a little. Take an inhale to come all the way up to stand. Reach up through the fingertips. And as you exhale, bring the hands into the heart space. And just pausing there for a moment. So we can have a lot of expectations in our life. We can expect running water to come out of the tap. We can expect the fridge to keep everything cool for us. We can expect certain things from our partners or children. We expect our colleagues to work in a certain way. We have a lot of expectations. And you add in stress in a busy life and overwhelm. And then we can expect people to disappoint us. We can expect things to go wrong. That part of the negative bias of the brain can step in and make things a little bit harder. So it's about releasing those expectations and just being with however things are. And really that's the heart of our mindfulness practice. So when you're ready, take an inhale, reach the hands back up to the top. And as you exhale, bend and fold forward all the way through. And then inhale into your half lift, maybe hands on shins or fingertips on mat. And then as you exhale, step left leg, then right leg into your plank or tabletop. Take another inhale. Draw the belly in and move the right hand to the middle of the mat. So you can turn to the side. For a side plank, you could keep the right knee down. So that's always an option. Keep that left hand reaching up, or you could bring it onto the back. But lift that hip. So a little bit of strength through that right arm. Quite a lot of strength through that right arm. Really press into the mat. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, release. Move through your vinyasa, so crown of the head forward, and then all the way down. Inhale for your cobra. And as you warm up, these might start to get a little bit bigger, but keep the elbows drawn in. And then as you exhale, travel back to your down dog. And in your down dog, pausing for this one, if that feels okay, and have those little check-ins. So spreading fingertips, space between thumb and index finger drawing down. Little bend into the elbows, perhaps release the head. Release the jaw. Lift the pelvis as you inhale. So feeling that length through the spine. As you exhale, the heels drawing towards the earth and the knees out to the side. And then gazing forward, take an inhale, step left leg, then right leg. Or you can always do a little hop. And as you exhale, fold in. And then as you inhale, press through the feet to come all the way back up to the top. Reach up through the hands. And then as you exhale, bring the hands into the heart and draw the belly in. Lengthen the tailbone. And then on your inhale, reach the hands back up to the top. And as you exhale, fold all the way through. Inhale for your half lift and really draw the shoulders away from the head as you do that. Exhale, right leg, then left leg, your plank or your tabletop. Take an inhale, belly draws in, tailbone long, left hand to the middle of the mat, turn to the side, lengthen that right leg if you're in your tabletop, or you're just stacking the feet. Wherever you are, you're lifting that right hip up, so really press into that left hand. Draw back through the right shoulder just a little, and there's a kind of softness through that arm, through the shoulder. Take another inhale, and then as you exhale, release, move through your vinyasa, belly connected all the way through. Inhale, and exhale, traveling back. Down dog. And pausing again, checking in, so you will know what your tendencies are to maybe forget about. For me, it's very much I need to keep a bend into the elbows. So I'm keeping strong through the arms rather than just locking out the elbows. And the knees I've become more and more aware of in the last few months. They just kind of fold in towards one another because it's kind of easier. But if you just draw them out to the side, lift the pelvis, you'll probably feel that. You don't need to do a lot. And then when you're ready, gaze forward, right leg, then left leg, or a little hop into your half lift, and you're exhaling, folding in. Inhale all the way up to the top, reach up through the hands. And as you exhale, back to the heart. And then we'll inhale to our chair. So either feet together or feet hip distance, sitting down into that. Draw the biceps in around the head. Squeeze in, draw belly in, lengthen tailbone. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, fold all the way through. Inhale for your half lift, and as you exhale, step the left leg back. We'll go into our warrior one, so plant that left foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, interlace the fingers, press the palms away, and do that little drawing in through the right hip, thighs moving towards one another, but you're still pressing down through the outside of the left foot. Take another inhale, bending into that right leg, and then folding over to the left. Inhale to the top, folding over to the right just a little. Inhale to the top, and as you exhale, cactus arms. Drawing the elbows back, so it's like you're opening through the heart. There's no issues in the lower back. Take an inhale. You might exhale and soften into that, or you might just stay upright. Inhale to the top, and exhale, release the hands behind. Inhale, draw shoulder blades together, opening up. And then inhale, the hands back up to the top. Interlace the fingers, palms facing down. And then as you exhale, that fold, that rolling forward. Hands forward, roughly shoulder height. Chin towards the chest, opening through the back of the body. And then take another inhale. And then as you exhale, release the hands all the way down. Step back, plank, tabletop. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, come forward and all the way down onto your belly. Bring the hands beside the body. And then as you inhale, lift the head and the arms and the legs, everything lifting up. Draw the shoulder blades back towards one another. Take another inhale and lift. And as you exhale, release the hands under the shoulders, push back to your down dog. Remembering you can always pause in a child's pose if you need to. And then when you're ready, step or hop the feet to the top of the mat, into your half lift. Exhaling, folding in, and then we'll inhale to our chair. So either feet together or feet hip distance, reaching up through the hands. Draw the biceps in, belly in, tailbone long. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, and as you exhale, right leg steps back. Plant the foot down, inhale to your warrior one. Do those little checks, draw the hip in, squeezing thighs towards one another, but at the same time, the right foot, outside of the right foot, pressing down. Interlace the fingers, press the palms away, take an inhale, and as you exhale, fold over to the right, opening up through the armpit. Inhale to the top and exhale to the other side. Inhale to the top and exhale, cactus arms. Elbows moving back. so that the shoulder blades can move back. Lift the heart a little. Maybe there's a little back bend. Inhale to the top, exhale the hands behind. Interlace the fingers the other way, so the way that feels a little bit weird. Inhale, opening the heart. Belly draws in, you sink back into that. Inhale the hands up to the top, palms facing down, interlaced. And exhaling, folding forward, rolling through the back of the body, hands coming forward. And you could kind of reach the hands further forward, opening the shoulders. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, release the hands down, step back. Vinyasa, come all the way down onto your belly. And this time bring the hands behind, interlace the fingers. And then as you inhale, lifting everything up. So maybe you can actually draw shoulders, shoulder blades back a little bit closer towards one another. Some nice deep breaths there. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, release. Hands under, shoulders moving all the way back into your down dog. And just pausing in your down dog for a few breaths. So, gratitude has the power to really transform our thoughts and our relationships and really how we feel about life. And Albert Einstein said there are only two ways to live your life, as though nothing is a miracle or as though everything is a miracle. And what I find is that's what awareness brings us. We realize that everything is a miracle, that the fact that we're here, we're breathing, we have so many comforts in our lives. But remembering it's the habits of the brain that sometimes doesn't let us see this. So what we're doing is training the brain to see this. So from your down dog, take an inhale, step or hop the feet to the top of the mat. Half lift. Exhaling, folding in. Inhale to your chair. Belly draws in, tailbone long. Reach up through the hands just a little bit more as you inhale, so the heart lifts. And then as you exhale, fold back through. Inhale, half lift. And we'll step back with the left leg. Lead with the left hand as you inhale all the way up to your warrior two. So you might need to widen the legs, adjust the feet, draw in through belly, lengthen tailbone, reach through the hands. Gaze over the front fingertips. Take an inhale there. And as you exhale, release the left hand behind. So it might sit on the lower back or it might come round to the right hip. See how that is. And then take an inhale, reaching through the right fingertips. And as you exhale, reach the hand up to the top. So like your reverse warrior, but a little bit softer, perhaps through the shoulders. Take another inhale there. And then as you exhale, come forward, so bringing the right forearm onto the knee. And then draw back through that left shoulder. Take another inhale there. You can stay there, or you could see if you could drop that right hand down. So maybe the fingertips or the hand could come down onto the mat, allowing that right knee, so it's almost like the top of the arm presses against the knee to keep it open. And if that feels okay, draw the belly in and see if you can reach that right hand round to take hold of the fingertips of the left that might be on the hip or the lower back. But stay open through that left shoulder. And then take another inhale. And as you exhale, release. Bring the hands either side of the foot. Stepping back. Vinyasa. Come onto your belly as you move through. And then this time we're going to bend into the knees and see if we can reach round and take hold of the feet. If that doesn't work for you, you could do one at a time. So right forearm across the top of the mat, take hold of the left foot and just do one at a time. So don't force that, particularly if you've got anything going on in the knees. And if you're taking both feet, draw the knees towards one another a little, and then as you inhale, you're lifting. So you're drawing the shoulder blades towards one another. And if you're doing one at a time, just swap over now. And if you're doing both, it means you get to do more. Inhale, lifting, and really kick the feet into the hands. So hopefully that would help you to lift a little bit higher. And then everyone take another inhale. And as you exhale, release. Hands under the shoulders, move back through into your down dog. And then from your down dog, inhale, step, hop to the top. Exhaling, folding in, inhale to your chair. Squeeze in as you exhale, lengthen tailbone, take another inhale, and as you exhale, fold through. Inhale your half lift, and then exhale, step right leg. Lead with the right hand as you come into your warrior two. So do adjust the feet where you need to. Set that up, really draw the belly in, and you might need to kind of reach into that right hand just a little so the torso stays in line with the two legs. Take an inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale the right hand behind, maybe to the hip, maybe to the lower back, just a little bit of softening through that right shoulder. Take an inhale, reach through the left fingertips, and then as you exhale, bring the hand up. So you're reversing, reaching and opening through the side body. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, come forward. Forearm onto the knee. Draw back through that right shoulder. Maybe the hand kind of settles down onto the left thigh. And then you might stay there. Or you might take another big inhale and release the left hand to the mat. Maybe fingertips. See how that feels. And you might just play with that and you might stay there. So don't feel like you've got to do the bind as well if it's not feeling right. If you do want to, just do make sure you draw the belly in and then release the hand underneath to maybe take hold. But staying open through that right shoulder. Lovely. And then take another inhale. And then as you exhale, release the hands. Move through the vinyasa. And again, come all the way down onto your belly. And then this time, take an inhale and reach the hands over the head, so the biceps close to the cheeks or the ears. And then as you inhale, see if you can lift through there. So there's nothing really helping you there apart from the muscles in the back body lifting you up. Makes it a little bit harder doing it this way. See how that feels. And then take another inhale to lift. And then as you exhale, hands under the shoulders, moving back into your down dog. And then take another inhale, and we'll exhale and bring the knees down and sit to child's. So maybe the arms come beside the body to release the shoulders. Did quite a bit of work into the shoulders there, so maybe just resting. So you can think of it like a gratitude muscle. So it's like any other muscle that we need to work and we need to keep strong. I think particularly when things feel difficult, when life is going well and things are easy, it's less important. But when things are hard, it's even more important to come back to this gratitude, to make sure that we are seeing all the good in life. Sometimes when things are hard, it's difficult to see that there is good in the world. But it really, even in research, there's loads of papers that show what a difference it makes in people's lives. So things like journaling, having a gratitude jar, or even just something that you keep with you, like a stone or a rock or something that you have in your pocket. You pick it up and you just remember the things that you feel grateful for. So there are lots of different ways that we can keep coming back to it. So when you're ready, reach the hands forward, inhale to come up, release the legs, come onto your back. Soles of the feet on the mat, we'll move through our bridge. So as you inhale, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips. As you get to the top, draw the knees, thighs together, and then as you inhale, press into the feet again, and maybe you even roll the shoulder blades underneath. You're welcome to interlace the hands underneath if that feels good. And then just pausing, and each time you inhale, there's a little bit of lift, and there's the strength in the legs that you can feel. So really Notice how strong the legs are, that they can lift you and keep you there. This isn't coming from the pelvis or the back of the body. It's coming from the legs. And then take another inhale. And as you exhale, slowly release. If anyone feels open enough and they want to take a wheel, and you're kind of used to doing that, then you're very welcome to. Otherwise, you can just do that one again. Inhaling, press into the feet. Lifting up. Make sure that you draw the knees towards one another when you get to the top, really connecting in. And then press into the feet again, engage the legs, take an inhale, lift. So there's even more weight going into shoulders. And then slowly, slowly exhale and come down. And then inhale to draw the knees in. Have a little rock side to side. Pause in the center and reach between the knees to take hold of the ankles or to take hold of the outsides of the feet for your happy baby, soles of the feet into the air, whichever feels good. But make sure that the neck is okay, so soften down, maybe chin towards chest, lengthen through the tailbone. And then take another inhale. As you exhale, bring the left foot onto the mat and begin to lengthen that right leg, walking the hands so then you interlace around the right thigh. And just check in with the neck again. Soft through the neck and the shoulders. Take another inhale there. As you exhale, draw the belly in and walk the hands up the leg. Maybe to the knee or maybe to the shin. And maybe you can draw the head in towards the leg. You might be able to bend into the elbows a little. Broadening again across shoulders. And maybe feeling that into the core a little bit as well. Take another inhale. And walk the hands back down, come all the way down. Come back to your happy baby, whether it's taking the ankles or the outsides of the feet. There might be a little sway if that feels good for the spine, but if not, you can just pause. Sometimes if the spine is not lengthening, particularly if you're doing happy baby, I find you can kind of feel that the vertebrae is pressing into the mat, which isn't so good to rock and roll on. So you might want to just pause in the center and keep the belly drawing in and that lengthening through the tailbone. And then take another inhale, and as you exhale, bring the right foot down, lengthen the left leg, interlace the hands around the thigh. Check in with the neck. Take another inhale, and as you exhale, walking up the leg to maybe the shin. I didn't say it on the other side, but you could lengthen that right leg. Maybe some of you have just naturally done that. And then take another inhale, and as you exhale, walk your way down. And one more time into your happy baby. Check the neck, shoulders soft. And then we're going to go into a twist, so you could bring the right knee over the left and squeeze the knees in, but if you don't like that twist, doesn't work for your body, then just come over to the left side and stack the knees. And you can reach the hands out to the side or cactus arms and feel that right shoulder just soften down into the earth. Do the twist that makes most sense for your body. And a few deep exhalations to draw you down into the earth. So through research, they're showing that gratitude practice is like a natural antidepressant. It has the same effects on the brain, on our overall health and well-being as if we were taking medication, because it releases the dopamine and serotonin in the brain, which are these kind of two crucial neurotransmitters that are responsible for our emotions and they make us feel good. So when you're ready, inhale, come back to the center. Swap over the legs if you did do the twisty legs twist. Or you just want to stay in your twisty legs, that's absolutely fine. And then you can bring your knees over to the right and soften in. So the release of these hormones is like an immediate mood enhancer, so that we feel good, we feel happy from the inside. So by consciously practicing gratitude, we can help these neural pathways to really strengthen themselves, and then ultimately create this almost like permanent gratefulness and positivity. So you don't have to see it so much as a practice or something I have to do, ticking off my list, oh, I've done that today. It becomes part of who you are. And you just see the positivity around you without having to look for it, really. And that's where the neural pathways come in. When we strengthen them, that's what becomes our habit. We're no longer habitually negative or seeing the bad. We're habitually seeing the good. So they say it's like growing the good within, which I think is quite nice. If you see your mind like a garden, you can kind of, the work that we do, the training that we do is like weeding, taking out the things that we don't want to get rampant in our lovely gardens, in our lovely minds, and instead replacing it with the flowers and the butterflies and the things that we want to see there. So when you're ready, inhaling, come back. Any last little movements that you need to then settle into your Shavasana. And then allowing yourself to feel supported and heavy here by the earth. Feeling everything release down. And become aware of the breath at the heart, the breath at the center of the chest. Just feeling the chest rise and fall. Nothing you need to do. Can we feel a little bit of gratitude for this breath? Can we feel gratitude for our heart? Can we feel a little bit of gratitude for this body? All the amazing places it's taken us, the experiences we've had. And it continues on. Can we look into the heart and see the people that are there in our heart, that are dear to us? Can we have that moment of appreciation and gladness that they are there? You might then extend your awareness out and see all the other wonderful things in your life. Just letting all that gratitude land in the heart. taking some longer, deeper breaths. And then movement into fingers and toes. Drawing the knees in. Slowly and gently coming back. And just pausing with your practice. And as you move through the rest of your day and week, you might just pause and just see what you feel grateful for in that moment. It's almost like a little store. You're kind of drawing these things in, storing them up for when times are tough, so you remember all the goodness. So bringing the hands to prayer, and if you did set an intention for the day or week, just remembering that, just calling that back in. Repeat it to yourself if it's word, or maybe it's just a felt sense. And then we'll close with one Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. So thank you for your practice. Namaste.